Hello everybody, welcome to Distilled, Brewed, and Reviewed. My name is John. Welcome to the channel. This channel I review everything that has anything to do with alcohol and coffee. Alright? Right now we're going to do the Old Forester 1920. Every video I do, I always pin the first comment because it always has a link to the video pertaining to what I'm reviewing. I have one that does bourbon. It's a big playlist, but this one's going to be more specific. You can check out that playlist. This one's going to be the Old Forester playlist. I have one just of Old Forester products. Look at this. Old Forester 1920 Prohibition Style. 115 proof. It is part of the Whiskey Row series. I've done the whole series. It's a beautiful thing. This says during Prohibition, 1920 to 1933, Old Forester was bottled as medicinal whiskey. That's true. There were 6 exceptions that they made for distilleries to bottle whiskey during the Prohibition. You can get a prescription from your doctor, from your dentist, and from your veterinarian, of all things, and it would allow you to get 1 pint a week for medicinal purposes, of course. This says it was bottled at the whiskey at 117 West Main Street, Louisville, Kentucky. Typical barrel proof at the time was 115. Hold on a second. Typical barrel proof. Barrel proof. All right. Well, now it's that's weird. Then they made it 110, and then now it is 125. That's the barrel proof. That's the proof. It can't go any higher in the barrel than 125. Here they're saying they typically put it in at 115. Whatever. A lot of things running through my head. I'll get lost in the weeds here. You'll all get bored and leave. Just no. Let's try this. There you go. I just want to show you the color. There we are. A lot of things running through my mind. One of them is I know where this place is. So I've been in it. I've done many barrel picks at Old Forester. I used to do the barrel picks for Total Wine. As you know, Old Forester is one we did a lot. The facade is in the original spot. It was the only thing that was left. They built the building behind it in the exact spot where it was. There was actually a fire there while they were building the new building. I actually watched that, unfortunately, for a little while burn. But yeah, it's in that same location on Whiskey Row. Huh. It smells like a kind of a chocolate maple candy. Maple flavored chocolate candy. Does that sound good? It does to me. It's overwhelming of that. There's a nuttiness coming through on this. So now I'm going to say, because I like to compare it, see, my mind's going, what does it smell like? You know, my brain's scanning for things I've had in my life. And now I'm thinking a chocolate maple candy with some kind of almonds, say. It's very pleasing on the note. And I smell in the wood, the undertone of the oak. Let's give this one a taste. We'll acclimate the mouth, take a sip, cleanse the palate, get rid of any flavors I might have in my mouth, drink coffee or whatever, and then we'll start on the second sip with a cleanse the palate. Now my barrel picks I have back here, this is 115 proof, are in the 130s. So, don't scare me. Not really paying attention to the taste. I mean, obviously I can taste it, but I was just basically cleaning my palate. We're going to go in this time really concentrate on what it tastes like. What are those vanilla wafer cookies called? Can't remember. Anyway, it tastes like vanilla wafer cookies. The vanilla little round. Haven't seen those in years, but that is definitely what my brain has stopped on. Wow. And that sweetness. I smelled maple syrup or maple. I put it more into honey now. Vanilla wafers drizzled in honey with a little bit of baking powder, chocolate cacao baking powder on top. Yeah, it's good. And now, because I'm getting the taste, and now I can pick it up on the nose, the wood smells like a cedar humidor that has held cigars. Got a lot of, which is pleasant to me as well. This is a very pleasing smell. And so is the taste. Definitely a tobacco taste to go along with those vanilla wafers, drizzled in a little honey. That's gonna be my review on it. It's pretty dang tasty. Their whiskey roast series, really, they've done a great job with this series. I gotta admit, it's very good. So that's it. That's the review. If you want to see more great reviews, this playlist is going to be the Old Foresters. I've got a whole other companies, Heaven Hill and so on. Buffalo Trace, and then I have the big bourbon playlist. But I've got coffees and everything has anything to do with alcohol and coffee. Check out the playlist. I'm telling you, you're going to do yourself a favor. Okay? Once you see it, you know, words, what do I hear? Things like, how did I ever live without checking this out? I've wasted a lot of time in my life not knowing this stuff. Yeah, that's what you're going to get in a playlist. And it's free. It's free.